Hello everyone, today we want to talk about February. In Japan we say February is 2月, 2月. And our name is Kisaragi. Kisaragi. So I want to explain about the February annual event. In Japan, we said February is the coldest time of the year, but trees start to put out new shoots and flowers begin to bud. So it's gonna be very beautiful, very cold, but you can also enjoy the flower and plants. Okay? Hope you enjoy. So first event is Setsubun. Okay? I want to a little bit larger. Okay, this is Setsubun. I'm sure if you go to the grocery store or maybe in your country there is maybe Asian shop. If you see this kind of table like we call Ao Oni and Aka Oni. Okay, red one is because red is Aka and blue is Ao and therefore is Oni. That's why Ao Oni, Aka Oni. Okay, so Setsubun. So this is February 3rd. So now I want to explain about Setsubun first. The literal meaning of the word Setsubun is a point which divides the seasons. It refers to the night before the first day of each of the 4 seasons within the 24 division of the lunar calendar. There are 4 such times, but in later years, Setsubun came to mean the eve of Dishun. Okay? Dishun means beginning of spring. In the olden days, when people went by the lunar calendar, the start of the new year coincided with the coming of spring. The eve of Dishun, approximately February 3rd on the current calendar, was important for people in those days as in New Year's Eve today. Okay? So this is a Setsubun. And now you can see why we have such a devils Oni. Okay? So bean literature, this is mame. So this is a bean case. Okay, this is mame. Okay. So traditional Chinese ritual for driving off devils gradually merged with the Japanese practice of throwing beans to chase away demons and evil spirits. This is the origin of mamemaki. Okay, mamemaki. Mame means beans and maki means sparrow. Okay, so mamemaki. The bean scattering ritual. Soybeans were a very important crop, and Japanese people used to believe that these beans have the power to ward off evil spirit. On the night of Setsubun, okay, this is a Setsubun, okay, people scatter roasted soybeans inside and outside their houses or apartment. Chanting the familiar. 鬼は外、福は内。Which means out with the evil, in with fortune. After scattering the roasted beans, all members with the family eat the number of beans, which is equal to their age, and sometimes one more, while praying for a safe year ahead. Okay? So, out with the devil. Out is 外 with the devil. Devil is 鬼. So, 鬼は外. In is inside, right? So, 内 with fortune. 福は内. Okay? 鬼は外、福は内. So, this is the way we did. That's why you can find this kind of bean case and beans, and somebody need to be evil, so that's why there's evil's mask, evil's face mask. Okay, and this is 追な式. Some of the old Shorin's traditional ceremony to drive away demons continue to this day. Okay? And this one is Yai Kagashi. People make charms out of the holy branches and the head of grilled scoundrels and hang them in the entryway of their houses. They still believe that this is a good way to avoid misfortune because demons would dislike the thrones of holy, as well as the poor smell of the fish. Red demons and blue demons represent all the bad forces which bring misfortunes such as disease of freezing winter. Okay, so this is now we don't put the fish head, but this is we call hiragi. This one we still have. Yes, at the school maybe you will see this kind of things at the Setsubun day. Okay. Now we want to talk about Harikuyo, February 8th. This is for the sewing. You will use the hari, right? This is sewing dates. Nowadays, people seldom sew clothing for themselves using needle and thread. In the olden days, however, sewing was an essential part of everyday life. On February 8th, women took a day off from their sewing responsibilities and collected the old needles they had used during the previous year. They stuck the needle into the block of tofu. Okay, this is tofu. Or other soft things like cakes of konjac, a kind of gelatin made from the roots of a plant called Tongyu. They gave thanks and offered prayers for dispose of the needles. They also prayed for improvement in their sewing skills. So this is for the women, because now men and women both work at the company, but when my grandmother's age or more olden time, they don't have that. Men is working outside and women have to do the sewing, so that's why they always do the sewing for their children. So that's why even my grandparents, yeah, my grandmother made, she used to make our clothes and bags and so forth. So that's why this is kind of the culture. And I saw this when I was a children. First I was very surprised, but she explained everything, and now I know, and I can explain easily. Okay. So at home, we can have our own ceremony for all needle using a small piece of tofu or cognac. Okay. Now we want to explain about Hatsuma. The first day of the horse in February is called Hatsuma. On this day, large festivals are held at Inari shrines all over Japan to pray for a good harvest and increased fortune. Inari, the name of the god of forming the Inari shrines, have been very important in people's lives. Foxes are believed to be messengers of the god of farming, so people make offering to foxes of their favorite food, which is deep fried bean curd formed into pocket and filled with sushi rice. In some of the dishes, people offer hatsuma dumpling and pray for prosperity in business. So this is inari-zushi. Okay? This is my day. I love inari-zushi. Yes. So sometimes you see the animals at the shrine, like foxes or I don't remember any other, but there are some kinds of animals on the shrine, and which means this is that animal. This animal is a messenger of God, so that's why. And for the folks, they like inari. That's what we call inari-zushi. And inari-zushi you can have at the sushi shop, of course, and also you can get at the grocery store or maybe supermarket. And what else February to explain is here. So we call Haru Ichiban. Haru means spring. Ichiban is number 1. So first strong southern wind after this year is Haru Ichiban. So we call 春一番が来たとか、今日は春一番ね which means today is the first strong southern wind after this year. So we call that, okay? And 光の春. Though it is still chilly and winds are cold, the sun becomes stronger and brighter, bringing a hint of spring. So even the very cold weather, but if you see the very strong sunshine, so that's why we feel like, okay, maybe spring is almost here. Okay? We feel like that. And East Coast is the eastern winds, the northern winds of winter begin to fade, and in the place, the east wind signals the start of spring. Right. And plants and flowers. We have so many beautiful flowers you can see in February. So first is Obai, winter jasmine. The original name of this flower is yellow plum. It is also called spring welcoming flower. Yes, it's very beautiful. It is kind of the plum, so that's why. But plum is usually pink or dark red. You can enjoy that, but this one is we called Obai because O is yellow, Ume is brown, so that's why yellow brown. Okay, and Tsukushi. If we saw Tsukushi, we feel like, oh, almost spring is coming. Field hostel. Okay, and Oi no Fuguri, Speedwell. I didn't know the name. We called Speedwell in English. And 節分草. So means grass, that's a winter climate. These flowers derive their name from 節分 because they bloom at the beginning of February. Okay? And 片栗. Dog-tooth sprout. People use the root to make a kind of starch. Yes. This is you will see for the cooking. And ume. Plum blossoms. Early plum blossoms are called kanbai, written with the two characters kan, samui, cold, and ume, plum, because they bloom at the coldest time of the year. And dobai, Japanese allspice, and nekoyanagi, bushy willows. Yes, it was only nekoyanagi I had in my house, but except that I don't. Alright, now it's about the foods, vegetable and other events. So season specialists is kasago, iidako, ainame, sayori, shungiku, shirauo, mizuna. So many varieties of spring fish begin to appear in the fish markets. And this one is Oisai. Ogi Festival at Kasuga Shrine in Yamagata Prefecture, February 1st to 2nd. The 500 years old Kurokawa no dance is performed in front of the most sacred part of the shrine. Yes, my friend lives in Yamagata, and she took me this video and showed me. It was very interesting. And in Sapporo, this is Hokkaido. You can see the Sapporo Yukimatsuri, Sapporo Snow Festival. This is, you can see about a week. Sapporo City, Hokkaido, February 5th to 11th. Many huge statues made of ice and snow attract a large number of tourists to Otori Park. I went to there one time when they made Koji Castle, and I wanted to see that, so that's why I went to. And they're so crowded, and a lot of people are coming to see. And the park called Audrey Park is filled with people and a lot of this kind of ice and snows attract statues. Okay, and we also have Ume Matsuri. Ume means plum, so Matsuri is festival, so plum blossom festival. All over Japan, throngs of people enjoy plum bloom festival at many sites, which are famous for the plum blossoms. Okay? And Urudoshi. This is also interesting. I gained an extra day. Okay? Deep ear. We called Urudoshi. February 29 is an extra day, which comes around every 4 years. It adjusts the gap which built up between the current calendar and the natural progression of seasons. Yeah, and if you were born on February 29th, but that is not every year, so that's why your birthday would be either February 28th or March 1st. So it's interesting. They have 2 birthdays. Okay. Now we talk about kusamoe. People use this expression when grass begins to poke up out of the ground in spring. This is okay. And this one, uguisu, Japanese bush rubber, and mejiro, Japanese white eye, because me is IY and shiro is white. That's why this bird's eye is white. That's what we call mejiro. And uguisu has a beautiful voice, so that's why you can enjoy their singing. Okay. Japanese bush flowers, beautiful chirping tells us the spring is coming. This bird is sometimes called the announcing of spring bird. There's a greenish-brown color called uguisu iro in Japanese, but it is actually the color of the white eye and not the bush rubber. Okay, so this is uguisu. This is mejiro. Alright, hope you enjoy the Japanese February's annual events. See you.